What's going on, guys? Anthony, I'm back at you here in the video. Guys, today got a video response for Mr. Chad, Thundering24. He's doing a video response contest. Well, video response and a comment-based contest. So there's 3 parts of the contest, 2 of which are questions to be answered in a video response. You don't have to answer both of them if you don't have to. There's 3 different prizes, and then one of them is a quiz about him. You don't have to get them right, just basically do the quiz, which is in the original video, the contest announcement video, which link will be in the description. So, unofficial sponsor of this video is coffee, because I'm exhausted. I don't know if you can tell right now, I have bags underneath my eyes. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm a very busy person, and I have to call my boss probably right after this video is over. One of my jobs are not open yet, letting them know that I can't work next Saturday, because if I miss the FA Cup final that Arsenal is in for the 2nd year in a row, I won't be a happy camper, and I got to give her a call before she makes the schedule. So that's not important right now. What's important is the video response. So the prizes of the contest are $50 for answering each of the questions. You have a chance to getting $50. So there's $150 available total chance of getting. Like I said, one of them is in the video with the questions. Commenting down below, that will be in my comment below, link to the video, and then you'll have to watch that video and then comment below on that video. So you have to do a little work there to get there if you saw this before that. But you should probably, if you're subbed to me, you're probably subbed to Chad. And then 2 of them are answering questions in a video response. First off, the shop that I'd like to send it to, the price is $50, but it's not $50 that you get. It's $50 that a shop gets, specifically a shop that makes YouTube videos, that the owners make YouTube videos, and then it's $50 credit for the winner to buy something at the shop. So he wants to support shops, which I think is a great idea, because in today's market, everybody just goes on eBay. Everybody goes, I mean, card shows are still a little bit there. I know a lot of shop guys stuff at card shows, but eBay is just like where everybody's like eBay or Blowout or something like that. Online shopping really for almost anything, but being a small business, they have to push even harder for attracting customers to the store rather than going online. So a lot of credit to Chad. I thought that was a great idea. The shop, I think it's going to be a pretty common answer. Going to send it over to the guys at RBI Crew 7. I've been here for the long haul, and we've really seen the progression, which I think is pretty cool. Starting out in a college dorm room. I've been following their videos for as long as I can remember. Starting out in a college dorm room all the way up to a shop. And very cool. I got the chance to meet both of them at Nationals last year. Last year was my first Nationals. I'm crossing my fingers that I'm able to go again this year. Had a great long chat with Ryan, and me and him have become friends since. Was going through some personal stuff at the time, so it was a great chance to meet him. Very great guy, as well as Neil. So let's see, hold on, I need to drink more coffee. The video is going to be probably about 3 minutes of me drinking coffee, because I'm tired. Anyways, so let's get to the video itself. So the first of the 2 questions is talk about a PC bust. And if you guys have been following my videos, whether it be a couple years ago or since I made this channel, I am the former Aaron Hernandez super collector. I had a lot of Aaron. First off, the reason why I chose to collect Aaron Hernandez in the first place was Aaron Hernandez is from Bristol, Connecticut, which is about a half an hour from my house. And my cousin, Michael, graduated high school with Aaron Hernandez. And not only that, me and my cousin were close. We always hung out. My cousin was on the basketball team, and so was Aaron. And we always played pickup basketball at my cousin's house, and Aaron would play as well. No clue who he was. He was just one of the probably about 20 guys that was there. And yeah, so one day I'm over at my cousin's house, and we're watching a Florida Gators game, and he says, "See that guy right there, the tight end? You played pickup basketball with him. You never talked to him or anything, but you played pickup basketball. He was over a bunch of the times when we were playing." And I thought, wow, that's really cool. So I followed him throughout college, watched him. And what do you know? He gets drafted by the team, my favorite team, the team that I follow, the New England Patriots. And I was like, wow, what are the odds of that? Somebody I know, well, not really know him personally, but somebody who I had a personal experience with, is now playing for my favorite team. And obviously being a card collector, I saw this as an opportunity. Wow, because at the time I've been wanting to start a player collection for quite some time. And I said, wow, this is a perfect opportunity to start a player collection. And I went ham. I had an incredible amount of stuff of Aaron Hernandez. And then, unfortunately, we all know what happened with that. When the whole spiral started, well, first off, the whole day started when it happened, when they found the murder, and it was near his house, and it was somebody he knew. Obviously, speculation starts coming up: is he going to be a suspect? Is he involved? And the day that the body was found, there were so many people automatically accusing Hernandez, and I still remember getting a lot of texts of people like saying, "Hey, like, sorry to hear what happened to your boy," and yada yada yada, and this. Like, I hope, what are you gonna, like, out of curiosity, like, what are you gonna do collection? I got some even bad ones. A person on Blowout sent me a personal message asking, how is it, what's it like collecting a murderer? So some people took it a little extreme. Wasn't very fond of it. I kind of just didn't think too much of it. I kept all my cards. I wasn't really too much about it. But once he was arrested, I just, just the thought of it in the back of my mind every day, looking at those cards, I no longer felt enjoyment picking them up. I think after his arrest, I picked up like one card of his. I think it was actually a 101. I think it was the Bowman Silver Ice 101. I paid for like $34, something like that. I don't remember, but like that day it came in, like I think the day he was arrested, and I just really no longer felt excitement in collecting his stuff. And I said, you know what? No matter how much I like this guy, like, I don't feel comfortable having these in my house anymore. He did it or not. So I ended up selling everything on eBay, and close to either breaking even or making a profit on all that stuff. People went crazy for his stuff. I remember texting pictures to a couple people about how much stuff sold in less than 24 hours, because I had a lot of stuff. I mean, stuff was selling as I was listing. I couldn't keep up. Like, I would list something, and as I'm creating another listing for the next item, that item had already sold. Stuff was selling so quickly. I want to say within 24 hours, I had close to right around $900 sold of Aaron Hernandez stuff. All said and done, I ended with over $1,200. But it was an interesting experience. Probably the most interesting experience about it was when I sold my dual signed helmet. I had a full-size helmet signed by both Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez for a $350 buy it now or best offer. And somebody bought it now without making the offer. And upon buying it, he sent me a message. I think this was like the last item I listed, because I was contemplating, because I really liked the item. It was also by Gronkowski, the time to do it. I said, you know what? Let me just sell this. I'm not big into memorabilia, number one. Number two, I can probably put it towards something else for my PC. So that was sold, and I got a message from the buyer. And he says, do you have anything else like this? And I said, what do you mean anything else like this? Anything Gronkowski? Anything Hernandez? Because unfortunately that was the last Hernandez item that I owned. Just sold it to you. And he says, no, items like this in general. I collect autographs of convicted murderers. And my first reaction was, I don't want to put my return address on this item. So yeah, it was an interesting experience, but I sold everything off except for one item. I had the Contenders rookie autograph of Aaron Hernandez. That was the last Hernandez item that I owned. Yeah, that was the last Hernandez item that I owned, was the Contenders rookie autograph. I sold it right after he was convicted of murder. A couple months ago already now? Month ago or something like that. Unfortunately, I was holding on to that as long as possible, but once he got convicted, I said either I'm going to sell this or I'm going to throw it away. It had so much significant value to it, but the whole situation just overpowered it, and I explained to the person that I just couldn't hold on to it anymore. The reason why I held it significant value was it was my very first Hernandez card. And not only that, it was for my first trade on YouTube. So it had a lot of personal value. Trade was with Mr. Eric Zimmerman. What up, if you're watching? Make a damn video, please. We miss you, Eric. Eric the Ravens fan, 516. So it was a trade with him. So it was my first trade on YouTube, and it was my first Aaron Hernandez card. So it had a lot of significant value, but unfortunately, it just haunted me almost. I said, you know, I gotta get this thing out of my fucking house. So that was my unfortunate experience. I wouldn't say he's a bust, because he had a very good career, and he just decided to throw it all down the drain. Whether he killed him or not, it's obvious he was involved in one shape or form of another, whether he was covering it for himself or he was covering it for somebody else. He was involved. There's no way he's going to hand his phone over smashed to the authorities after they ask for it, and the security cameras to his house smashed. It makes no sense. He's either covering up for himself or he's covering up for somebody else. He was involved in one way or another. So, with that being said, the Aaron Hernandez whole issue put me off of wanting to start another player PC again, mainly because of the fact that I know what are the odds of it happening again, but then what are the odds of it happening to my player collection in general? Because I do love player collecting. I really enjoy collecting a specific player. It's so hard if you're a team collector. It's so hard to get every single card for your team. It's a lot easier to just focus on one player. And then if you go for every single card for your team, you're going to get cards that you really don't like if a player leaves, or a player, like for example, Darrelle Revis, what he's been pulling with the whole Patriots and everything right now. If I picked up a ton of Darrelle Revis after what he said, the only thing I have of Darrelle Revis is my Topps Chrome Rainbow, and I'm okay with keeping that. But with everything that he said, I wouldn't want his cards in my house other than my Topps Chrome Rainbow. But you'd own cards that you really wouldn't want to own, almost because, like, I've moved my collection into more specific to... I made a huge Facebook post on the group saying when it comes to Team PC, I want players on the team who actually have made an impact, not a rookie that never played or was terrible and then just moved on from the team afterwards. I want significant cards that players have that made an impact to the team, whether they've been here for a while or did something big for the team. For example, Malcolm Butler. He doesn't have any autographs right now. I'd love to get an autograph of him. If he today was released from the team and signed for a different team, I would still want an autograph of him. Not because of the fact that, yes, he was here for only a year, but he won us the Super Bowl. So that's where I want to move my team PC. But that's why where player PC comes into hand, I want to collect a player that I will like regardless of where he goes. I've been taking a chance with Jared Solinger. I think he has a long future with the Celtics. As long as he has a long future with the Celtics, I'm going to keep collecting him, even if down the road he moves away. I'm going to give it a couple more years. Say if he moved right now, I'd probably have trouble continuing on the PC with Jared Solinger. But I don't know. Like, for example, Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is a graduate from University of Central Florida, my dream school, where I've been wanting to go to since I was a little kid. I have proof of that. I mean, you can go to my videos before Blake Bortles was starting quarterback 2 years ago, and you can see me wearing UCF gear, UCF hat, UCF shirt. Been wanting to go to UCF for a long time. So I'm collecting Blake Bortles for not what he did, is doing in the NFL, what he brought to our school. Nobody can take that away from him. Nobody can take that away from him. So no matter what he does in the NFL, no matter what team he goes to, if he goes to the Giants and upsets the Patriots again in the Super Bowl, I'd still collect him. If he goes, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever he does, I will still collect him. So that's why I enjoy player collections and chasing after players, every card of every single player. I'd like to start a new player PC. I'll get into, my collection has just taken a huge overhaul. I'll get into that in another video because now I'm starting to ramble. This video is for the contest. The second of the two questions, so I did number one. The second of the two questions is talk about hobby stuff. Show something on camera, sports, hobby, or show something that you haven't shown on camera before. I thought long and hard about what I could show sports, hobby related, and I came up with nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think I've shown, because like when it comes to sports, I really only do cards. I tried memorabilia before. It really didn't do it for me. I enjoy the cards not only for each card is almost, I say each card is unique, whereas memorabilia isn't, almost, I would say. I think each cards can be more unique. Plus, cards are easy to store. Cards are easy to display. And I've been doing cards for so long, that's what I enjoy. So I could not for the life of me find something sports card hobby related, but I wanted to keep it hobby related. So other than cards, probably about a year ago, I want to say. Yeah, I want to say last summer. As a kid, I loved comic books. And I showed comic books in a video before, but I haven't showed these. Because actually it was for another contest. So I got into it last summer. I ended up going to a tag sale. And the guy was selling off a lot of comics. Just he was moving and he didn't want to track them all with him. So the price was literally, I talked to a What Up Stoddy 4191 who was big into collecting comics. And I said, hey, are you looking for anything particular? And he mentioned a couple comics for like Amazing Spider-Man, Captain America. And instead of just looking for specific numbers, I said, I don't want to be here all day. Screw it. I'm just going to buy all your Captain America and all your Amazing Spider-Man. Which I did. I ended up moving the Captain Americas. Well, I gave one to Stoddy that he was looking for. Out of all the books that I bought, there was only one. As I started looking through them, it really revitalized my whole interest in them. I was big into them as a kid. My grandfather actually moved to this country when he was 15 years old from Sicily, and he actually learned English reading comic books. So I had inherited a lot of some of the ones that he had. My grandmother threw a lot of them away, which unfortunately, of course, had to be the more expensive ones. He had told me when he moved to this country, a couple years after is when they started Amazing Spider-Man series, and he had Amazing Spider-Man 1. He was going there every month, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he had the entire run. I think he said up to about 70-ish, and they were all thrown away. And if you know comic books, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So I've gotten back into comic books, particularly vintage, being old Amazing Spider-Man. I do a little bit of modern, but if I'm going to pick up modern, it is only Amazing Spider-Man. Vintage, I've also gotten a little bit into Fantastic Four, the Hulk. And I want to start Captain America. Even though I just moved a shit ton of Captain America, I want to get back into Captain America. Specifically vintage, because comic books aren't today what they used to be. The original art today just looks almost futuristic. I do it for the artwork. Shows the amount of skills, especially the covers. I love displaying them, the uniqueness of all the colors, and the great designs that you'll see. So I will be showing some comic books. So I have a short pile here. I did get one modern book in, but these 3 are vintage. Oh, actually more than 3. What I got, like 5 here. So let me go through these comic books. I'll start with the most modern one. Just like cards, you can get comics graded. One of the common grading companies is CGC. There are other choices like PGX. I want to look into CBCS. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it. They're actually cheaper than CGC, and I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. So I want to look into possibly submitting some comics there. But here is a graded A, 9.6. It's on its scale of 10. Similar to, obviously similar to just like PSA and BGS. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 4. And when I say number 4, this is volume 3. It's a very modern book. And this is one of the variant covers. This is the Scott Campbell sketch version. I'm not sure what the, I believe this was an exclusive. These were very tough to come by. I have also the shop incentive variant, which isn't graded. It's one of my boxes over there. It's going to get graded. That's why I didn't want to take it out. This is the significance of this book. Not only is it a variant, which are the like short prints, they're shorter printed, shop incentives. I believe that was for every 50 books you ordered of, I believe for this specific one, it depends on the book. For every 50 books you ordered, you get one of the variant. Some shops will mark up variant prices when they get them in. Some shops don't. With that one, I was looking forward to the book, and I actually had them put it aside, and I was able to buy it, and they didn't charge me because I'm a regular. They didn't charge me extra, so I paid $5 for it. And then this one I actually got a couple days ago. This is another variant of the book, but the reason why the significance of this book, they actually tell you the reason what's special about the book. This is the first appearance of Silk. So I had that one, and then I got this. Obviously, I actually got this in a trade. Silk is a new character in Spider-Man who actually did well. They introduce characters quite often. I won't say quite often, but certain characters will become major characters whether they get their own series. Silk was one of those characters that got their own series. So that book that cost me $4, yeah, for the first appearance of Silk is now going for between $60 and $70 on eBay. I mean, the non-variant sells for about $20. That variant specifically sells for between $50 and $60. This graded, this is not as popular. I think raw it sells for around $30, and then graded, this specific grade will probably give about $70. It's a 9.6. I got it for a great deal in a trade, and I want to get that one graded. So modern comics is extremely hit or miss. Somebody who wants to do the research and find out stuff before, and then I know a lot of people who make a lot of money off this stuff. Like they go to the stores, and if a big comic is going to be coming out, they go to one of the bigger stores, whether it be Midtown, something like that, where they'll have like a large quantity of the variants available and just buy them out, spend like $50 buying 10 books, and then just make a fortune by flipping them once they become huge. Comic books are a great investment if you know what to look for. Whether you're watching the movies and looking for hints of new characters that are going to be in following movies, that's really what makes comic books increase value. So I see it as almost a long-term investment, because what I want to do with my cards, and probably with my comics as well, is pass them down to my kid or kids and split them up, and once they get to college, help them out so they don't have a college loan. Because I'm looking what I have for cards, and if I were to sell it right now and help out myself, but I'm really thinking of my future because I'm enjoying this right now, it'll make a large dent unless college decides to skyrocket in price, which it'll probably do. So yeah, let's just stop randomly. I'll show this one again, once again. First appearance of Silk, one of my favorite, probably my favorite new modern character. Silk now has her own series, which there was rumors that it actually was going to be stopped, and then Marvel actually came out and said it's going to be continuing. The series is going to be paused, I believe, and then there's going to be a tie-in series with Secret Wars, and then it's going to go back to Silk. But anyways, moving on. Show some more graded books. Here's Amazing Spider-Man 66. Not a key issue. This one is graded a 6.0, which is really good for an older book. It's graded a 6.0. This is, I'm trying to think of the date on this one. I want to say 1964 or 65 or 66, or right here, 68. Okay, not as old as I thought, but 1968. Amazing Spider-Man number 66. The reason why this is significant is Mysterio is actually my favorite villain, and just everything about this cover, absolutely love. Probably one of my favorite covers of Amazing Spider-Man. As you can see, all the clouds in the background. Absolutely love this cover. So much going on. Great colors. Cool. And then one more graded book I'll show. Little worse grade on this. This is also from 1968. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 56. The first appearance of Captain Stacy. Spidey joins Doc Ock. Another beautiful color. Even though it's a little less graded, this is a 4.5. It displays very well. The colors are still... That's the one thing I want to look for, good covers. This definitely qualifies. And the last two books are two recent pickups, and they are very pricey books that I got for a great deal. And my two earliest books, both from 1964, the start of the series. This is first one. I'm going to show the more expensive one first, just because the last one has more significance to me. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 9, the first appearance of Electro. Great cover. I've seen, I mean, it does have a couple chipping issues up here, but with all the dark color in the background, it's so hard to find a cover that has this much color on it. And when you do find them, they sell for quite a lot of money. Like I said, it does have a little issues, but displaying wise, this looks amazing, and I'm very happy to have a copy of this book. And he's probably my second favorite villain. And then the last book, which is I got at the same time that I got the other one, Amazing Spider-Man number 9, a book that when I didn't expect to find either of these two books when I found them. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but when I found both of them, it just absolutely blew my mind, especially this book, and a lot better condition than the Electro, which makes me happy because this is the Matter book. This is probably my personal favorite book of all time. There's obviously going to be bigger books that I hope to own in the future, but it's Amazing Spider-Man number 13, the first appearance of Mysterio. As you can see, the cover is, the whole book itself is just perfect. I mean, that corner is a little bit, but anybody that knows vintage stuff in general, like cards, it's hard to give in good condition, but that edge is very clean. And then there's a couple spine issues, but nothing major. Other than that, the cover is fully intact. There's no pieces missing, and great colors as well. So, guys, that is my video response. This was a long video, and it's going to take probably forever to upload. So it's still early in the morning, so maybe by 10 o'clock tonight you guys will see it. I am home. I'm not at school. I live in the middle of the woods. Let me see if I can show you. I live in the middle of the woods. So the Wi-Fi sucks out here. The internet sucks out here. So it's going to take a while to upload. But it's a 30-minute video, and I hope you guys stuck around. If you didn't, oh well. So guys, that's all from me. I'm going to enjoy this coffee as well as another coffee before I have to head to work. And that's about it. Get in the contest. Thanks for watching.